Welcome to episode 8 of our journey to profitability. As you can see, based on our TradeZilla account, we have not won a single trade on our reset balance yet. So yeah, we're sitting at $148,365. Today is the 10th. I didn't take any trades today. So yeah, I wanted to use this update to talk a little bit about our losses that you can see here from last week, because yeah, all of these losses were because of me getting a little bit too eager and taking trades that were out of my plan and against my against my strategy, which is still my main problem to this day. It's just like, I don't know what it is, man. I know I've taken trades in the past where they've been out of my plan and they've worked out, and I think that I'm realizing that probably built a bad habit in me, and now I'm paying for it. And not to say that I haven't paid for it in the past, but this is probably the main thing that's holding me back from being successful in my trades. So this one's marked up, as you can see, not in plan. It was a forced trade. And then Friday, which we hit our daily loss limit, which we haven't hit more than once before this in my entire trading career. That has been since November, keep in mind. But yeah, I haven't hit a daily loss limit. Like, I've literally only hit it one other time. And all of these trades were out of my plan, and they had red flags. I remember being in them, and I remember what the order flow looked like. I could tell you exactly what I did right now. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'll just show you guys last Friday. Ignore these red lines right here because these obviously would not have been here. So basically what happens here is, this is news at 7:30, steep sell-off, and what happens is we are rallying up, and right about here I start trying to short this move. So I took 3 positions short, as you saw on my TradeZilla. I got one, let's just check real quick. My first one was at 52, it looks like. The next one was at 53, and the next one was at 57. So pretty much, I short it, I get stopped. I short it, I get stopped. I short it one last time, I get stopped. And I remember pretty much my thesis was I was anticipating us to break down below this previous session close and obviously sell off down further without any type of prior plan for these positions. And it was another one of those trades that I put on where it's just like, I see that we were kind of looking like we were rejecting the previous session close. The first one was around right here, and I was thinking we were going to reject VWAP and sell off further down under the previous session close. Obviously stopped out. And then I keep basically trying it again and again. And what's funny is, I remember the order flow when I was trading this, and what was happening around this area right here is we were getting aggressive selling, large aggressive selling hitting the market, and it was failing to bring it lower, which should have been a red flag for me. And I literally remember seeing it and saying, oh, that's definitely sellers not getting rewarded right there. Like, I know it is, but I was already in a position, and I was pretty much kind of like married to the position, like, as you guys probably hear all the time, which you definitely should not be. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. I just kind of fell in love with trying to catch it short, like, I'm sure everyone's been there. My biggest problem since I started this challenge last month has been taking trades that are not in my plan, forcing setups for pretty much no reason other than we're approaching some sort of price that I have some speculation about, and it's not even like I'm not planned for, and it's just obviously eating at my account every time. So the one thing, I don't know if anyone's seen my last video about how to be a great loser. Still wouldn't say I'm a great loser because I'm putting on positions like that, but I will say, I mean, at least I'm not over trading past my loss limit, and I'm not bumping my stop up when I'm shorting, and vice versa. At least I have my controlled losses, even though they're bad entries. So, I mean, there's just one positive about my trading the last month and a half, we'll call it, is that I'm able to stick to my daily loss limit and my max risk on a position. So that's one good thing about how I've been trading. But like I said, it's just, the real problem is me coming to the market overly eager to make money, and that's definitely a very common problem. And it's just like one of those things where I need to focus on the process, the plan, and only trading that. And also on top of that, being completely okay with leaving a session without putting any positions on. Because as a trader, there won't be really good opportunity every single day. The only reason you should be in a position, this is me talking to myself, by the way, is if the entry criteria is there and it's planned for. If it's not there and it's not planned for, whatever you're speculating about, just understand how it's happened for you in the past. Understand what happens whenever you put a trade on like that. And remember that 9 times out of 10, it's going to result in a loss. It might be a small loss, but at the end of the day, they're going to add up. And like genuinely, if I could have taken away all of my unplanned for forced entries from the last 40 days, I'm sure the amount of money that I lost would be a substantial amount relative to the 9,000 profit target that I have to hit to pass the eval. From now on, we are going to be focusing on the process and executing our plan only. And we're going to be very aware of whenever a situation like Friday or like Thursday comes up in my head so that I can recognize that and then steer away from taking an entry like that. I don't want to be fearful whenever my entry criteria is there and it's appropriate for me to put an entry on, but just knowing that my best trades are the ones that are planned for and the ones that have multiple confirmations and order flow confluence. Yeah, those are the best trades. I've won plenty of trades in my life. Like, I know I'm fully capable of putting on winning trades. Yeah, I know I'm fully capable of putting on winning trades. I've put on plenty of winning trades. It's just like, I think maybe the documentation of everything is kind of like, it's making me more eager to put a winning trade on. And I mean, yeah, it's a personal problem. Like, I just need to be able to recognize that there's a time to put an entry on and there's a time to not. And all this little, I think this might happen, or the speculation, that is not something that I can bring with me if I want to be a profitable trader in the future. So, I mean, I'm sure people have dealt with this other than me. Like, this is definitely one of the biggest problems traders face. Please let me know in the comments if you guys have the same issue. I've had a couple traders reach out to me just since I've been posting on the internet about my journey, and I've actually met with some on a Zoom call, and we've just talked about our issues and what we do well, that kind of stuff. And yeah, one of my fellow traders I was talking to him on a Zoom call the other day, and we were discussing how we share the same problem of putting on entries that we know we shouldn't put on, but we do anyway. And it was funny because we were looking at our Friday trades, and we both took the same, like relatively the same 3 entries. He started shorting the same thing I started shorting on Friday, and he tried 2 more times, stopped out 2 more times after that. So yeah, it's nice to be able to chop it up with you guys about the same problems that we're facing, and holding each other accountable to sticking to our process rather than coming to the market trying to make money, even though that is what we all are here for. But that's not what's going to make us successful in this industry. What's going to make us successful is sticking to our process and executing based on our criteria rather than taking bad entries, is what I'm saying. Yeah, if you guys are following along or you're new here and you are watching this video, if you want to see a journey to profitability, go ahead, give me a follow. I post on TikTok too. I just started posting on TikTok and shorts. Yeah, I hope you guys can take some value away from the content I put out. That's the whole point of it. Like I said, I don't enjoy putting myself failing over and over out there. I only do it because I know there's someone else just like me out there who's probably feeling like the same way I am, you know. So yeah, I'll leave it at that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.